Success is not just about what you do, but how you show up. Your style speaks before you do. Style is confidence, and confidence drives success. From the boardroom to the runway, your presence matters. Welcome to Style to Success, where fashion meets ambition. Your journey to success starts with confidence. This is Style to Success, only on the Achievement Channel. Follow us at Achievement Channel for more style and success insights.
Welcome to Style to Success on the Achievement Channel, Nigeria's first 100% motivational TV station, where we showcase extraordinary stories of people turning passion, creativity, and personal style into powerful success. We are broadcasting from the School of Eloquence Studio in Ikoyi, Lagos, Nigeria. I'm your host, Ayodele Oluwole, and today we are honored to welcome an educator, innovator, and global influencer who is reshaping the meaning of success in Nigeria, David Ejikeme Obianyor, famously known as Smooth Teacher. David is not just transforming classrooms, he is transforming mindsets with over 20,000 Instagram followers, a reputation as one of Nigeria's top ED leaders and founder of the Smooth Teachers Academy. David has shown that appearance, style, and presence aren't just about looking good. They are about building confidence, amplifying your message, and opening doors to new possibilities. Today, we'll unpack his incredible journey, his passion for lifting up teachers, and how style and authenticity can help you stand out and succeed. David, you're welcome to Style to Success.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Your journey to success starts with confidence. This is Style to Success, only on the Achievement Channel.
So David, it's nice to have you today.
Thank you.
And it's so good to see you again.
Yeah.
And we've always known you as Mr. Swag. So you're bringing it on. You never disappoint with your style, and I love what you're wearing.
Thank you.
You look really great.
Trying to keep it simple.
Good to have you on this show.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I want to start with this. There's this phrase that is so attributed to you. Regular is boring. And I'm sure a lot of your mentees, your students, and people around you can always relate with this phrase, regular is boring. So how has this mindset, this perspective, this disposition of yours transformed your journey from being a biochemistry graduate to becoming a multiple award-winning educator and mentor?
That's a very good question. Thank you very much. I have always been of the opinion that doing things the expected way, the regular way, is eventually going to turn mundane and boring. Now, let me give you an example. I'm a math teacher, right? And I have other colleagues who are math teachers. And inadvertently, all of us are vying for recognition and positioning. So you find a situation where a math teacher comes to school and teaches math very well and expects to win awards. But then, that's what you're being paid for. So you can't expect to teach very well at a job you are being paid to do and then gain recognition. But when you have a math teacher who comes and is also teaching the children social learning skills, IT skills, teaching them how to be social citizens and global citizens, you're doing outside of your expected purview. So the regular is always going to remain boring. But when children go home and they're like, oh God, my teacher took us to China today via the smart screen, or my teacher took us to this or took us to that, you're not doing the regular. And there is no way you're not going to stand out, even when you're not trying to. So for me, regular has always been boring. You have to step out of what is expected of you because nobody cares if you're doing what you're expected to do. That is why, even to an extent, negativity sells in our world because it's not the regular that everyone expects people to do. So yeah, that's the mindset.
Yeah, good one. So it simply means that we shouldn't stay regular. Should try and innovate, adjust to change, adapt to new possibilities and new innovations. Very good one. So I want to ask this. You've built a brand. We've always known you to build a brand. Not, you've built a brand for yourself. I'm sure you know that. Not just as a professional teacher, but as Smooth Teacher, which a lot of your mentees can relate with. So I'm just thinking, how important do you think your style and your appearance has been in commanding respect and attention, as an educator?
That's an interesting one. Okay, so usually I would say people say style is how you carry yourself, how you express yourself. And I think you talked about appearance. I would say appearance is the exterior. Let's look at a car.
Okay.
Appearance is what the car looks like on the exterior. And the style is the steering wheel that drives the car into quote unquote success. So for me, when people call me a brand and everything, I always just try to be humble and feel like, okay, I'm not there yet. But when people say things like they search for me on Google and they search for me on AI, ChatGPT and this and that, what they see marvels them. I'm like, okay, so maybe you can call me a brand. So for me, style has stood me away from my counterparts, my contemporaries who are in the classroom teaching. People see me and they say, there's no way you're a classroom teacher. There's no way you're this. There's no way you're that. So that is what style does. It inadvertently creates a brand and styles and stamps you as a brand. So that's what has worked for me, even without me trying. I just like to look good.
Good one. And I can tell that already. Like it helps you, with your confidence, and I can see that playing out in you. So my next question will be, let's talk about confidence that I just mentioned. As an educator, confidence is vital. You want to stand in front of people, you want to impact knowledge, you want to address a whole lot of people. And for a lot of young Nigerians, your appearance, your style, and the way you dress, has a little bit of influence on your level of confidence. So for you, how has your style and your appearance impacted confidence? Like, how has it helped you to gain confidence while engaging with your students, engaging with your mentees, engaging with people generally, both online and offline?
Okay, so I would still have to circle back to what I do. I mean, I always have to talk about what I do. So as a classroom teacher, the perception that people have of teachers, most especially in this part of the world, is they look lowly. Teachers are lowly. They look down on them. They don't expect you to look a certain way. So over time, I realized that the way I dressed in that profession, trust me, is the typical example of they say you would be addressed how you are dressed. Because I come in contact with rich parents. I come in contact with a lot of parents who naturally would treat teachers like they are nothing. But I have always been a teacher that people would see and assume that maybe I'm the head of school, maybe I'm the assistant head of school because of how I have looked. And that has built my confidence. It got to the extent where I had the confidence to start putting myself on social media, not necessarily because of how I look, but because of how good I am in the classroom. But when brands started coming in to collaborate with me, I realized that, okay, being a confident person in the classroom, it has exuded a certain types of perception that these brands see. And now I'm speaking in various countries, various continents, and also in my country. So I would always say that instead of people worrying about what people will say about them being overconfident, just work on your confidence and let people say whatever they want to say. Because eventually, you're probably going to be sitting down here doing interviews, talking about your confidence.
Nice one, bro. Nice one. I love that. So your academy, you built that strong academy, the Smooth Teachers Academy, where you empower teachers with knowledge, where you train them and likes. So I want to know what's inspired you to launch the Smooth Teachers Academy, and how has it helped Nigerian teachers to elevate their skills, their image, their skill sets, and their impact?
Okay, so sometimes they say what you know is all you know. Everything you know in your head is all you know. I always used to assume that every teacher was tech savvy like I was. So when I started to put myself out on social media, I realized that we had a very big gap in the education space, and teachers were always reaching out to me to show them how to do what I'm doing. And they actually, my initial social media wasn't Smooth Teacher. It was the people who named me the Smooth Teacher, and people used to call me Swagger when I was in the university. So everything just kind of aligned. And if you go online and actually search on ChatGPT and say, who is the Smooth Teacher, what that thing is going to say about me, sometimes it blows my head. Like, are you serious? So yes, I had to start a situation where I am showing one teacher, showing two teachers, showing three teachers, 20, 100, and I have trained over 750 teachers in the path to becoming smooth like me. So yes, it was because of the need to share the knowledge that I have, and people said I do it very smoothly. So I had to call the academy the Smooth Teachers Academy.
Thank you so much. Let me especially appreciate you for empowering people, for training the teachers, and to be, to come out, very smooth like you when it comes to teaching. So well done for doing that. Okay, to our viewers, we still have David, in the studio, and he's still giving an insight into how he has been able to build an amazing brand for himself. So we'll take this short commercial break, and when we are back, we'll hear more from him. Stay tuned.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you bore people when speaking? Are you stuck with reading word for word? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking. Attend our practical coaching in public speaking. Call 0802 303 2066 or log on to schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
So you're welcome back, viewers. We still have David in the studio, and we'll continue with our questions to hear more from him. So David, hope you're good.
I am.
So one thing I want to capitalize on now is the fact that you've won so many awards. I'm sure you've lost count of the awards you have won, by doing your thing.
We're running out of space.
Yes, you've won so many awards, and you were even featured, in Forbes. So I want to say that how has these awards and recognition, how have they impacted, your work and your unique message?
Okay, that's an interesting question. All right, so again, I have to buttress the fact that a profession like mine is not something that we're used to hearing being associated with multifaceted awards. Now, what am I talking about? It has become a situation where I'm no longer surprised about the kinds of brands and opportunities I am getting even as a classroom teacher. There's this particular brand in the US called the Class Dojo. It's an app that was invented about 2017, just before the pandemic, and I ended up becoming Africa's pioneer ambassador for that brand. Now, when we're talking ambassadorship now, it's not just regular ambassadorship. It's to be a brand ambassador as a classroom teacher it's something that is quite unprecedented. So yes, these are the opportunities that my style and my technique have brought my way. And I also worked with Microsoft during the pandemic because, as you know, I'm into online tutoring too. So when you see me on my laptop, I'm pressing my laptop for a different reason. So people should not just assume that this one that is carrying laptop everywhere. So yes, I teach online, and during the pandemic, it was something I had been experimenting with. Let's say as at 2018, 2019, I had been inviting teachers from all around the world, from Italy, France, and Spain, into my classroom to teach my children. So you can imagine again when a child goes home and says, "Oh, mommy, it was a teacher from Italy that taught us math today, and then tomorrow." So you realize that your children who are usually scared of mathematics are coming home and are saying, "I can't wait to go to Mr. David's class tomorrow because we don't know what country we are going to fly to." And then sometimes they are saying, "Oh, we are flying around, we don't even need a passport." So these are things I had started experimenting with a tool called Skype. I'm sure that the older viewers here would know what Skype is. Skype used to be something that long distance relationship people used to use. So I was experimenting with it, and I did not want a situation where parents would be uncomfortable that this is a tool that is being used in the classroom. So during the pandemic, I had made so much buzz that Microsoft had to create a special tool called Skype in the classroom. So this is the kind of impact that your style and your confidence brings to you. At that time, I had not even known about being an influencer or anything, but it was then I got the idea that you have to be stylish to be influential. You have to, as in, look good. You have to be confident, and then brands will start sneaking in. So I suppose when they collect money, plenty. Can I speak Pidgin English? I hope I can speak English, because once in a while, once I don't go deep, they enter Pidgin English. Okay, so yes, I started working with brands like Class Dojo, Flipgrid. There's something called Flipgrid. So educators should be familiar. If you're not familiar with tools like that, you're on a long thing. It means that you are still in year 2001, 2002. So yes, these things, when you do things like this, it stands you out. You become not necessarily bigger than your school, but your influence transcends the classroom. It transcends the school, and then people start talking about you. So yes, opportunities. I have spoken in various countries. I have spoken in various continents. I have reached out to the whole world via online teaching and Zoom teaching. I have been able to connect to places that a regular teacher would not be able to enter, which is why, again, I go with the mantra, regular is boring. So with this, I would also use this opportunity to tell you that I'll be speaking in September this month at the Guinness World Record attempt for the largest gathering of teachers in one particular sport. So look out for that. In terms of opportunities, you could be speaking there if you're stylish, because really teaching and style actually do go together, even though a lot of people don't see it yet.
Thank you so much, David. This is so impressive. I'm so proud of you. And I want to say this, that with what you have mentioned now, it's, we can really say that you have utilized the use of
Keyword.
You've really utilized the use of social media, and you have utilized the fact that there is growth in technological advancement, and that is what you are using to push your brand, which makes a lot of sense. And this brings me to this question: what advice do you have for teachers who are still stuck in the rigid way, the traditional, conventional way of teaching, and they are thinking of embracing the new style, the more engaging style, utilizing social media basically?
As a mentor, I come across a lot of educators who say things like, oh, I'm not on social media, or I'm shy, or I'm this. But then you want to get opportunities that accompany the effective use of social media. It's not going to work. Like when I try to help people secure opportunities that they can just work remotely from home, the requirements now show that you have to have a website or something. So being a 21st century educator today goes beyond, oh, I can teach my subject very effectively with a marker and a pen. You have to be visible. People have to see what it is you're doing. So for me, I didn't start out, again, like I said, I didn't start out for fame and all of that. I was just passionate about what I did in the classroom, and I was posting it on social media, and all of a sudden I realized that people were catching on my techniques. So I would always say that in the 21st century, you are teaching students who are 21st century minded. So if you're not on social media, you cannot communicate effectively with them. I mean, they are coming to class and they are telling you, oh, did you see this on TikTok? You don't have to always be out there dancing on TikTok or anything, but you need to know how it operates. As an educator, social media is a tool that your students use, and you cannot be ignorant about it. So you start there by just being aware of what the social media world has to offer, and then from there, you take it one day at a time. But long and short, overall, it's important for educators to key into social media, be visible, have a presence, or at least have a digital footprint. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. That's a very insightful one. So you are trying to stress the fact that it is very, very important for anybody that want to project something to the outer world to utilize social media. But I think where the challenge is most of the time, or where the concerns are most of the time, is the fact that some people feel, oh, when you're on social media, people might view your brand as not, authentic enough, or they might view your brand as, not, you're not portraying a high level of professionalism in, pushing your brand. So what advice have you for people that are skeptical because of what they feel the belief some people have about, the shortcomings of social media?
Okay, as cliche as my response is going to sound, I have discovered that there are principles that govern so many things in life. I mean, principles of financial literacy, principles of wealth, spirituality, and all of that. So I feel like it's the same thing with social media. You have to be unique. You have to be consistent, and you have to find your signature. You have to find what works for you. Like for me now, I'm somebody who has always thrived on the fact that doing things the regular way is boring. And I don't copy anybody. I mean, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to copy anybody. So authenticity and consistency. And trust me, you're going to read about this on social media. You're going to hear that these are the principles. These are the things you need to do. But honestly, it's the truth. And when you're being yourself, it is very easy to be consistent. It is when you're trying to copy that it becomes something that is difficult and becomes a challenge. So for your brand, again, using myself as a prototype, I started this whole social media thing not because I was trying to build a brand, but because I was just trying to put out what I was doing. And then all of a sudden, I am being tagged as a brand. I cannot tell you when exactly I became a brand, but today people would go and tell me, okay, I just looked you up. I wanted to see if you were authentic, and now I want to work with you. Oh, and I'm like, okay, sorry. So how did you find out I was authentic? And they are saying, okay, if we Google you, if we go to Microsoft Copilot, if we do this, if we do that. And it just goes to show that when you read my bio on these particular platforms, the common denominator from when I started to today is consistency. So be consistent and be yourself, as cliche as it sounds.
Great one. What a good way to answer that question. So I'll ask you this last one, but not least, and this question is very important, and it's for our viewers. Okay, for our viewers watching, young entrepreneurs, teachers, and all. So what's your biggest lesson about how your style, appearance, and mindset work together, to shape success?
That's a jam question. Interesting. Okay, so as a teacher, I will try to break it down for my audience. I feel like it's a 4-part question. You said mindset, yes, style, appearance, and then how it's okay. So get out your notepads. I'm going to give you assignment probably when I say this. Now, mindsets. How can we look at mindsets? Mindset can be termed as the fuel that drives motivation. So mindset is the foundation for success. What kind of mindset do you have as an individual, as an educator, as an entrepreneur, as a business person? Your mindset is what is going to separate you from one person to another average Joe. So do you have a growth mindset or do you have a fixed mindset? Now, for me, I remember when I started being nominated for awards. I was younger and it was exciting to have been nominated for an award. But trust me, being nominated for an award as a young person and not winning can mess up your psyche. So that was where my mindset came into play, because I've seen a lot of people being nominated for these awards, and when they didn't win it, it just messed up. You realize that they are not even half as good as they were before. And that's where your growth mindset needs to come in. So for me, I went back, and that is again where I felt like the mantra regular is boring was born, because that was what started pushing me to do things outside of the ordinary. So your mindset is the fuel that motivates you. Very important. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, you probably should be Googling it right now. So growth mindset versus fixed mindset. A lot of us have a fixed mindset. Oh, I can do this or I can't do this. And once you feel you can't do it, you just move on. But a growth mindset helps you to try and find new ways that you can circumvent challenges, and you can also outgrow growing pains. So that's mindset. Then style. Okay, so now style, again, I said it earlier, you would look at it like the steering wheel of a car. So if we're using a car as an analogy, mindset is the engine of the car. Style is the steering wheel. It is what drives you and everything. So what's style? Style is how you carry yourself. Style is your values, how you express it. So by the time you do this consistently, it becomes, what's the word, associated with you. every individual must have a style. It's when you haven't found yourself that you cannot define a style of your own, and then you become a copycat, and it now becomes disingenuous. You're now somebody who is a faker, you're an imposter, you are this, you are that. So for me, people have always associated me with a person who makes his classes fun. So my classes are fun, but I have come to realize that children are also visual people. They like to see a person who looks good teaching them. They like to see a person who smells nice teaching them. They like to see a person who believes that looking good is good business. They say smelling good is a form of good manners. That's Tom Ford. So your style is what you do that stands you out from the crowd, and it drives you in a certain direction. Appearance is with the analogy of the car, appearance is the exterior. What does the exterior of the car look like? Appearance is the first layer of perception. How are you perceived by your audience, by your clientele, by the people you work with, by the people you work for, by the services you order? The appearance is not necessarily, it doesn't have to border on vanity. But trust me, vanity, they sell. So whatever people are saying, check it. Go and do the measurements. Go and do the calculation. The vain people are selling. But I'm not propagating vanity. I'm just trying to let you know that as individuals, we are moved by what something looks like. So it's not just men that like what they see. Everyone likes what they see. If you want to buy something, if you want a service, appearance is very important. So these three things are very crucial ingredients for success. And the biggest lesson I have learned is that you can also achieve success with one of these three. You can achieve success with two of these three. So style and appearance can give you success. Mindset and appearance in any order. But the biggest lesson I have learned is these three things, when you apply three of them together, your route to success becomes very short, not as long and as lengthy as it would have been if you had gone with just one or two of the crucial ingredients. So it's like cooking pepper soup. If you miss out some ingredients, I mean, some people might still give you a pass, but when you use all the ingredients, you know that this soup is going to be delish. So from me, I would say these three things, style, appearance, and mindset, should always be in your mindset. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. You have, I love the fact that you have really expatiated on the fact that style is important, appearance is important, and mindset is also important. So it is very good to at least have a combination of these parameters to help you achieve success. Thank you so much. You have shown us that regular is boring. So thank you, David, for coming. I really appreciate the fact that you made a time out of your very busy schedule to be here. We appreciate you coming to this show, and we'll sign out from this show with your regular mantra. Regular is boring.
Always remember that.
Your journey to success starts with confidence. This is Style to Success, only on the Achievement Channel.
Thank you, David. You have shown us that style is so much more than fashion. It is a language. It is how we show up in the world, how we express who we are, and how we carry our dreams. When you bring passion, innovation, and presence together, you don't just teach, you transform. Your journey teaches us all that success isn't about following the old rules. It's about rewiring them with confidence, creativity, and boldness. So everyone watching, remember this: your appearance is not vanity. It is your visual handshake with the world. Whether you are a teacher, an entrepreneur, a student, a leader, let your style reflect your purpose, your passion, and your possibility. Let's continue the conversation. Follow the Achievement Channel on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for more Style to Success content and updates. Use the hashtag we see possibilities, and share your thought with us. I am Ayodele Oluwole. Until next time, stay motivated, stay authentic, and keep stepping out boldly. with your own success story.
Hi, my name is Olufemi Shey. I'm CEO of Casafina Development. I'd like to tell you this. Keep watching Achievement Channel.
Keep watching Achievement Channel because my name is Ray Chebri. Please keep watching Achievement Channel.
To success, only on the Achievement Channel. Follow us at Achievement Channel for more style and success insights.